WEFM News online, on demand.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Ooh la la, it's time to shop new arrivals only at Quartz. Be the first to get great deals on our brand new selections of living and dining room sets, appliances and electronics, smart devices and much more. Or get ready for Christmas and shop our brand new selection of holiday decorations and accessories. Plus, shop today and pay only $1,199 for a 20-inch Mave stove. Need a new mattress? Get our Sleep On It Queen mattress at only $899. And don't forget to stop by and grab a TCL 32-inch TV for as low as $1,149. No cash, no problem. Shop with Coach Ready Finance and pay nothing for 30 days. Shop in-store or online at shopcourts.com. Conditions apply. Ooh la la. These are deals you don't want to miss. Quartz, Green Valley, home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I'm your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, Prime Minister Dr. Rajiv Gonsalves says it is time for the world to embrace fresh hope even as there is an increasing sense of despair. The Prime Minister made the statement during the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly, where he said without fresh hope, a desecration of our future awaits us. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
There is increasingly a sense of despair. At such junctures historically, civilizations have either descended into barbarism of one sort or another, or accepted the necessity to despair, to embrace fresh hope, conjoined with love for humanity and an abiding faith made perfect in works. Surely, this is the time to embrace fresh hope. This existential longing that touches the human spirit and soul goes beyond the mere amelioration of our current travails. It demands correctives or reformations of a structural or fundamental kind and fresh thinking. Without fresh hope, a desecration of our future awaits us.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Rajiv Gonsalves. The Prime Minister, during his address, went on to say that fresh ideas are a core foundation of fresh hope. Prime Minister Gonsalves called into question what he called illegal, unjust economic embargo on declared war and criminal interventions against Cuba, highlighting that there has been near unanimous denunciation by the United Nations General Assembly against these interventions. Shadon McLean, who is sponsored by Davin in this year's Miss SVG pageant, intends to catapult businesses from her community of South Windward into the digital realm for her community project, which focuses on entrepreneurship development. At the heart of her project is Vinci Biz Hub, a platform that provides South Windward-based businesses with business development and promotional guidance, as well as allows consumers to access these businesses in a single convenient hub. Vinci Biz Hub by South Windward brings my community to all of St. Vincent and the Grenadines by allowing everyone a gateway to support our entrepreneurs. One of the most effective ways of empowering others is through economic empowerment, and I am happy that my team, with the tremendous support of my sponsor Davin and the support of the project sponsor Geku, allowed me to the opportunity to contribute to my community of Argyle and the surrounding areas in this way. Technology is the way forward, and Vinci Biz Hub is a forward-thinking and sustainable approach that contributes towards entrepreneurship development in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, said McLean. Ms. Davin kicked off her activities on September 24, 2022 with the launch of the Vinci Biz Hub website and the distribution of business cards to entrepreneurs, which includes a QR code that can be scanned from anyone's smartphone, which takes them directly to the Vinci Biz Hub website. At present, the platform is host to over 50 businesses in the community that cover a wide range of industries, including retail, construction, automotive, trucking, food, manufacturing, fashion, film, education, and more. Still on the local scene, the Ministry of Agriculture is moving forward with its thrust to establish a modern system of exporting agricultural produce. This was made clear by Minister of Agriculture Saboto Caesar during a recent interview with the Agency for Public Information. He detailed the modern arrangements that are being employed in the agricultural sector. We'll hear more from Minister Caesar.
So what we're actually speaking about this morning is the modern arrangement that we're going to put in place. And, sometimes it's always better to start it than speak about it. So if you go to the port this morning, you can see going to Barbados, coming from Lacroix's food terminal market, commodities which are going to a new market in Barbados. And that market is called the Barbados Farmers Market. We have exported thus far to Miami, and the second container went off last week from Lacroix, and the first container went off last week from Lauders.
That was the Minister of Agriculture, Sabota Caesar. Minister Caesar says modern food terminals have been established at 4 locations: Langley Park, Lauders, and Lacroix on the windward side of the island, and Belmont on the leeward side. On to news in the region. Cuba held a rare referendum on Sunday on an unusually contentious law, a government-backed family law code that would allow same-sex couples to marry and adopt, as well as outlining the rights of children and grandparents. Cuba holds parliamentary elections every 2 years, though no party other than the communist is allowed, but seldom has it held referendums on specific laws, and seldom has any official backed measure met as much open criticism as the family law of more than 400 articles, which has been questioned by many members of the island's increasing vocal evangelical community. The sweeping code will also allow surrogate pregnancies, broader rights for grandparents in regard to grandchildren, protection of the elderly, and measures against gender violence. President Miguel Diaz-Canel, who has promoted the law, acknowledged resistance as he voted on Sunday. Most of our people will vote in favor of the code, but it still has issues that our society as a whole does not understand, he said. Members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and law enforcement agents from overseas seized a large quantity of cocaine at the Ian Fleming International Airport in St. Mary. The cocaine, valued at US $25 million, was seized on Friday, September 23rd. No one was arrested over the seizure. The operation was carried out between 2 o'clock in the afternoon and 8 o'clock in the evening by members of the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, Narcotics Division, and the law enforcement agents from the U.S. According to Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey, the cocaine was destined for Canada. The objective of the operation was to intercept and seize cocaine destined for Canada. During the operation, some 500.2 kilograms of cocaine, or 1,100 pounds, was seized and taken to a police facility for processing, Bailey said. On the international scene, power lines have been downed and houses washed into the sea after Storm Fiona battered Canada's coastline. At least one person died after being washed out to sea in Newfoundland, officials said. Fiona was downgraded from a hurricane to a tropical storm on Friday. Such weather events are rare in Canada, and police said the storm was like nothing we've ever seen. The army has been deployed to Nova Scotia to assist the cleanup. Parts of 5 provinces experienced torrential rain and winds of up to 100 miles per hour, with widespread flooding and hundreds of thousands of people left without power. Prime Minister Trudeau says the military will be deployed to Nova Scotia, adding, "If there is anything the federal government can do to help, we will be there." He has said he will no longer travel to Japan to attend the funeral of former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe to deal with the storm's aftermath. And finally, in sports, Liverpool right back Trent Alexander-Arnold has not been included in England's matchday squad for Monday's Nations League match against Germany. Alexander-Arnold, who missed last year's Euros through injury, has made just one international appearance this year and was an unused substitute in Friday's defeat by Italy. Fikayo Tomori, Jared Bowen, and James Ward-Prowse also miss out, but Brentford striker Ivan Toney is in line to make his international debut. Toney, who has scored 5 goals in the Premier League this season, received his first England call-up this month, but was not included for the Italy game. He has been named in the Three Lions 23-man squad to face Germany, but Manchester City midfielder Jack Grealish is out through suspension. The other omissions are squad selections and not due to injury. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WEFM's 3 p.m. news. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
This summer, go outside with a brand new AKT motorcycle. You can hit the road with an AKT bike for as low as $5,999. With the purchase of any AKT, you get a free True Rider chest bag plus a free tank of gas. It doesn't get any better than this. No cash, no problem. With Quartz Ready Finance, you pay $0 down and pay nothing for 60 days. Shop online at shopquartz.com or in store. This offer is good for a limited time only. Conditions apply. Quartz, bringing value home.